officially recording.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Hey
so Sarthak
Chris,
was
how are
just saying
you?
a bunch of funny things. Yeah, and I didn't catch any of it because I'm such a pro at podcasting already. But uh,
No, I'm sure like you're doing this too for the first time and you're just figuring out how it goes, right?
yeah,
And we learn as we go on. But I liked your original idea of like just a conversation being the podcast because I think that's what it really should be about. It should be interactive. It should be like who you're listening to can imagine being part of a conversation rather than just being talked at in a scripted sort of interviewed kind of
yeah,
way, you know?
I agree. And because like that's kind of what it seems like on like that's what you're getting on like LinkedIn and the professional platforms or even social media too, is like it just seems like people are just talking at you. And I think
Yeah.
maybe that's kind of, I mean, part of the reason why it feels so lonely, this whole process of looking for jobs or navigating
Hmm.
the job market in general.
It really does, especially I was so tired of LinkedIn by just like all the things on there people post, like either people are like I don't know, there's so much varied content I came across, but like I don't know how your scenario has been, but I came across a lot of recruiters who were uh definitely spammers
Yeah.
and definitely trying to not spammers, sorry, scammers,
Yeah.
because ultimately we were a get
Both.
and they were
Yeah.
trying to like steal money from us. Like, guys, we're broke. Like,
I think I've
stop
given out like
stealing
a
from
thousand
us.
dollars to these recruiters so far. So
You have? Oh my
am
God.
I
I'm
not
so
supposed?
sorry.
No, no, I'm joking with
Okay.
you. No, I haven't given out anything. I
Okay.
definitely would not let it get to that point.
No,
But
like I'm sure people have because they keep coming and trying to shooting their
oh yeah,
shot, right? Like
yeah. You know, there are definitely
I'm
people
sure.
out there who don't know any better, and it's unfortunate, you know.
Yeah. Have you come across the home office scam?
I don't think so specifically. Oh, maybe. I get like these text messages and things like that saying like, you know, like the work from home opportunities and you'll make like $3,000 a month.
Yeah,
Shoot me a message on WhatsApp and blah blah blah. It seems so,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. No, like they don't seem that legit because we would have
No.
fallen for them otherwise.
Yeah.
But thankfully we're smarter than that. But I knew some that looked pretty legit too, and they convinced me to get on like a Skype interview, like a written interview. And I even did those interviews imagining there's a real recruiter on the other end. Like, not really, I didn't work hard for them, but it was definitely like I was answering professionally, and that takes
Yeah.
brain work, that takes mind. So, I did do that, and then twice this happened to me, and I was like, okay, no, there's no way someone won't interview a person and have them like text the
Yeah.
answers to you. Like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing to know. Like, do not fall for these scams. And like
Yeah.
the home office get was like, they try to hire you with like little to no communication. They would like text with you and they're like, okay, yes, you're hired now.
Yeah.
And then we just need you to transfer, we need to transfer money to your account. So we need the details.
Sign
Like
on
they're
bonus.
so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can set up a home office. Like they're literally trying to make you think that they're gonna buy you a home office,
Yeah.
but they literally just want to steal from you. So I'm glad if anyone's talking about it, it's us. We are on this podcast.
Yeah.
Let's
Definitely.
just expose everyone.
Yeah, we have to. I think it's our duty. And also, do
Yes.
you ever think that you're just that good that maybe they were sending you the money because they just really wanted to secure you as an employee?
Stop.
I mean,
No one
maybe
can
stop
think
being
that
so,
they're just
yeah.
that good. Like also like a company, if literally if they want to spend a dime on you, they're gonna vet you so well.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, that's what they
100%.
do nowadays. There's like so many interview stages, and oh, it's brutal. There's that test projects, which are its own like saga
Yeah,
because there's so many test projects, and the the intentions around them are so unclear always. Like me, as someone who's trying to get this job, will obviously try to make the best fucking test project there is, you
right.
know? And that would cause me to put in more hours than like I've definitely
Unpaid.
given a lot of unpaid hours just like that in test projects. And most companies don't even have the decency to like give you feedback after that. They just ghost you straight up
Yeah,
after hours of unpaid work. So that's like when that happens to you, you go into a low and you just don't come out of it for days and
yeah,
you do not open LinkedIn.
yeah. It's true. And on that topic, I applied for this position. It was like a startup from some graduates from MIT and Harvard, and it was some game company. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, they were looking for a graphic designer to help them out with the branding. And
Yeah.
so I talked to them a little bit. There was a little back and forth through email, and then they asked me to do a test project for them. And so I did it. And I went above and beyond, giving them like a storyline to go along with, the concept and just trying to pitch like additional ideas.
Oh wow. Right.
Uh,
Like because as a candidate, we want to literally show our best selves to
yeah,
them.
right. And that, I could be a bang for their buck if they bring me
Yeah, yeah.
on. So they end up getting back to me and they said that they were really grateful for the thought that I put into the project and they liked
Mm.
it. However, they're going to be moving forward with other kids, or not even we're going to be moving
Oh,
forward. Therefore, we won't be moving forward with you. And I was like, what? I'm like, you just
what?
complimented the work I produced and then you said that
And
you
then
were
you're
eliminated.
using bad grammar.
Right. Yeah. And so, yeah, I don't know.
That's
I
so
was a
funny.
little thrown off by that. And
Damn.
I'm like,
I'm sorry that happened.
oh, it's okay. It's just interesting to see it all, I guess.
Yeah,
Just real
that's
quick.
happened. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, I definitely want to hear about this, but I think maybe we could give people a little background on you.
Yes, I was
That's cool
gonna say
too.
that too,
Yeah.
and you too, because I
I guess
haven't
so. Yeah.
like heard from you, and like so yeah, we'll do me first. So I'm a graphic designer. I have experience with like digital stuff, UX design too, and motion. So I bring like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of situation. But that I am only this because of my experiences thus far. Like when I was at SCAD, I was an MFA, so we got to take 5 electives, and me being who I am, I wanted to try everything, and I took a motion elective. I even took a printmaking elective, and uh what else? What? Oh yeah, UX design was a part of our curriculum too because it was MFA. So, I came out with all these skills and like different looking projects, and I feel that's what made it harder for me to get employed ever. Like, I feel like companies really know what they're looking for, and they need to see just that. And all the projects should speak to just that. But it's hard when you have like a varied skill set to like show yourself who you are. But and then so when I was looking for jobs right out of SCAD, it was hard because COVID existed and there were just like layoffs happening. So it was quite a struggle to land a secure role. But I did at this agency called AP Keaton based in Long Island. Oh my God, should I be exposing them? I don't know. I have nothing bad to say about them, but we parted ways after like a 3 year stint of me working with them. And it happened because actually they kind of dissolved the whole digital department because the digital work that our department did wasn't bringing them enough profit. But I mean, really, it was just that like they were not allocating our resources to the fullest
Mm,
potential.
sure.
Like you can sell clients on anything if you try hard enough. But I guess it's hard to really point fingers because the landscape around social media, around AI was also like really changing from top to bottom. Like this has all happened in the last 3 years, and like we're still like adjusting to that because we as designers like work with these media on a day-to-day basis, and they affect our lives, like literally our lives.
Yeah.
And a layoff is an equivalent of like someone up top thinking that you just weren't uh like a machine could do this better than you, essentially. And the fact that in capitalism like everyone's kind of just dispensable, like all of that can be really depressive. I don't know, where were we? I'm
Yeah.
losing
I mean,
so,
just some background on you, but this is good because it's,
yes.
your
Okay,
transition
yeah. So I
through.
was talking about my layoffs. So see
Yeah.
how I went to such a low. I lost track of what we were talking about.
I know
Like
the
this is
feeling, and
what
I'm sure a lot of
happened.
people do. Yeah.
This is what happened to me in real life when I lost my job. Like, it took so long to find a job again. And by the way, today was my first day at this job I
Oh,
got. So it is a
congratulations,
special day
Sarthak.
that we're doing this today because I am extra emotional about all of this
Yeah. Well,
today.
congratulations. That's huge.
Thank you.
I'm pumped for
Thank
you.
you. It was really not an easy process, and I still kind of cannot believe like I made it because I really got to so many low points. Like I didn't have hope anymore. And because a lot of this is also tied to my visa status in this
Right.
country,
Yeah.
so
I wanted
like
to ask about that.
that would have meant like major life changes for me that I wasn't willing to make. So like living in those pressures was really hard. And then I used to have ups where I would apply a lot, even get a few interviews, then have real lows after they didn't pan out, and then ups and then lows. So like it kept on going for so long. And in my mind, I just like I heard what you and Dylan talked about in the last podcast too, like about how it's like dating exactly.
Yeah.
Like
I or
interviewing is
ghosting
exactly
though.
like dating. Yeah, a ghost. I mean, dating has become ghosting if
Okay.
you're not aware of that.
No,
It's
I've
like
been out the
that's
market
what
for.
dating is anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone just ghosts so casually. People are more dispensable, and like capitalism, again, like people are dispensable. But even the processes of interviewing and dating and having a job versus being in a relationship, like all those metaphors
Yeah.
line up exactly.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
interesting how like that crossover keeps happening because even when I talk to people outside of this too, that's a topic that comes up.
yeah. No, it really has come up for me too. Like everyone's thinking this because it's been like this. And I shouldn't say this, but like there was a layoff at my last company, and that's what my boss like casually, not casually, but like she said like it is like a breakup.
Oh
It
my
feels like
gosh.
a breakup because like she, being the boss, had to let someone go, right? Who she liked, but it wasn't in her hands, kind of, because there's like people up top. So
Right.
it like when people's feelings become involved, it's like so hard. And like when I was going through this phase, I was also healing from a breakup from my last company, because there's something about like seeing someone every day, having small talk with them, getting to know them, actually becoming their friend, and then suddenly your enemies or like uh whatever happens, and
You
then
lose the
you
support.
really, yeah, you lose the support, and it's like kind of losing something. um uh anyway, changes are hard and they come as they come, and we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
uh I think like everything's like destined to happen the way it is, and we only think there's free will, but we're just like puppets and we're being run by our consciousness, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that you said that.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway, sorry.
no, you're
To
okay.
continue my journey, like after 11 months of these ups and downs, I finally got this job, and today was my first day. But funnily enough, I started applying for this job in February. And it
Really?
is, yeah, that's how long it takes, and that's how long companies take to come to a decision
So
these
this entire
days.
process has taken that long, but or is it just that they took time to step away for a few and this is the
No,
entire
they
process? Review
it
process?
has since the day I applied, like I went back and saw the day I applied, you know, how you get a notification that you've just applied. I
Sure.
went back to see the date of it, and it was like February something. And things just take their own time,
Sure.
and people are slow, and people are only people, and sometimes there's like a lot of approvals needed, and there's a lot of people with a say in who gets to be hired.
Yeah, and I wonder
So
how many people are also juggling multiple things given
yeah,
offs and everything too. So
I'm
yeah.
sure. So like people are busy, things take time. So if you've applied in some jobs in February, you know, you never know. You might
There's hope.
still be in the running for that.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was like they had a lot of interviews and they were spaced apart. So I was in the know that I'm getting ahead in this. And this could be a real thing. Another thing that helped me through this process was like manifestation.
Yeah.
Uh
Okay.
I'm like pretty spiritual, if you haven't gotten this
Yeah.
already.
Of course. You can also
Uh
check out Sarthak's website. I'll definitely provide the link and you
uh
definitely catch that vibe there. It's awesome,
Thank
by the way.
you.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I've worked on it so many times. Like it has had many a makeover, you
Hey,
know.
mine's a never-ending story, and I don't think it
It
ever will
really
be.
is.
But
Uh-huh.
so yeah, you're the manifestation though.
Yeah, manifestation's so important. Like my friend taught me this actually. So she was the social media person at the last job I was at. And we used to work together a lot, and we became really close friends. And then remember how I told you like the whole digital department was dissolved? So all of us were let go, and she happened to be let go before me. Um uh so she went through the same problems as me, but like kind of on a different timeline as me. And then she was telling me about how she got this new job, and she was like, I really saw it. I manifested it. I pictured myself uh holding the key card every morning or when I swipe it in or whatever. Like I saw that picture and like it worked, and I thought there was something to that. And you know, anytime something happens to us, like an interview or like a date or like something that leads to another thing kind of thing, like we get in our own way so much after that. Like we get in our own heads and we're like, oh, did we mess this up? Like, did we fuck it up? And that is the opposite of manifestation. And that never helps. It literally never like gets us forward, gets us where we are. It comes in our own way of like believing that this is possible, right?
Yeah,
Whereas this energy is thinking like, yes, it's gonna happen. It is possible. Not only possible, it is what's gonna happen.
yeah.
When you see it, say it, and like put energy into that, it's worth something, and it does bring results.
So
So
do you have
yeah.
strategies to get rid of those negative thought processes, or is it just a matter of just kind of refocusing on the manifestation and the positive thoughts? Is it as simple as that, would you say?
Uh, it's pretty. It becomes simple with time, I would say, because you learn from your experiences, right? You like I can say whatever I want to you right now, and but you will only learn when
Is that a
you go
threat?
through those experiences.
No,
Sorry,
I'm
man. Like
joking. No,
I
I'm
know it was
kidding.
beginning to sound like
No, don't.
but uh what was I saying?
Talking
Damn.
about the process, yeah, sorry, I have a tendency to throw people off their
You
train of thoughts,
did
myself
threw
included.
like a ball at me.
Yeah. No, talking about the manifestation process, and it becomes simple over
Oh
time.
yeah, you learn. I can say whatever I want to you,
Yeah.
you
So,
know.
yeah.
I can say whatever, but like it's you're only gonna learn when you're gonna learn through your first-hand experiences. And even like the ups and lows of like, there's a new job in the run, like there's a recruiter talking to you, like we begin to have hope for these, but then they ultimately don't pan out. uh, and that's the low again. But you have to keep believing that the right fit for you is out there and put energy to that idea
Yeah.
because we can't give up. Like, giving up shouldn't be a choice because, YOLO.
Right.
You only live for once and you have
True.
to make the most of it, and giving up doesn't get you anywhere. So, uh, it doesn't hurt to be in the running for things.
Yeah.
And even my mom, everyone who talked to me literally just kept yelling at me, do not give up. Like, stay in it. Like, stay in the queue long enough and you will get there. And that's what I did. And I think that's what you have to do
Yeah.
too. Like, keep applying to jobs and think that, yeah, you can get it.
Um,
And I still haven't seen your website yet, but I'd love to like give you thoughts on that. I
I would love
think
your
you've
feedback.
hidden it pretty well. Like I couldn't see it on your LinkedIn. Is it just your
Oh,
name
really?
or something?
It's
Yeah.
in my bio. It should be in my bio. That's kind of odd. If not,
The bio in LinkedIn doesn't create a link.
Z, this is probably another issue, is just I
It
am
is.
terribly untech savvy when it comes to LinkedIn.
Really?
And that's kind of something that it's interesting how even within the past 6 years or so, the whole process of I would say, well, like setting yourself up as a professional has kind of changed, with the resume structure,
Yes.
the way LinkedIn is laid out too. I don't think it's very intuitive when you're working with LinkedIn and on how to represent
It's
yourself
not.
in your best way. Uh,
Yeah.
and then the portfolios. So, because it's interesting when you're applying to jobs and everything too, I've been told that I need to tailor the resume to each job, right? Based on
Hmm.
job description, uh,
Yes, I
what
heard that a lot
experience.
too.
Yeah. So whereas like even 6 years ago, when we first got out of college, I feel like all you had to do was the job description and then like that was good enough. So it's just constantly evolving. So you really got to keep your finger on the pulse. And that's not something that I've been very good at. Just because obviously before getting laid off, I was kind of going from job to job, not like hopping around too much, but I had a steady full-time job.
Yeah.
So I guess it's
Which
just,
was at
what's that?
where was it, the
Oh,
job?
well, so I was at Spartan Race before this. Uh,
So it's a gaming company or
they do, have you ever heard of Tough Mudder? They do
no?
the extreme endurance races where you've got the barbed wire that you have to crawl under. At the finish
Ah,
line, there's like these dangling taser wires that zap you as
oh
you
wow.
do it.
So
So
it's a sporting event.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Nice.
endurance obstacle races and things like that. Dylan's actually the one who got me the job over there, which was
Oh, nice.
yeah. So
Well, did he have connections there or he worked there?
he worked there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have space on the team soon." He's like, "I was over at Fidelity Investments at the time, and
Yeah.
I was working as a designer on their creative solutions team, and
Mm-hmm.
which was wild. Over 2,000 projects a year, no project
Wow.
manager, and so we were responsible for designing our own assets and managing the projects, which is got a little burnt out over there. So it was really nice when he said that an opportunity was coming up. So
So you were like trying to go to something more fun than
yeah,
something more drab and boring.
right.
Nice. And so you left that job to go to
I did.
Spartan race.
Yep,
Okay, cool.
correct.
And then you got laid off.
Yeah, so it was last February I got laid off. Uh, you know, I don't know 100% the reason why. I know that they had several layoffs, several rounds of layoffs going on, and I just so happened to be a part of the third from when I had
Hmm.
started. And so, yeah,
They
just
had many designers or
yeah, we had a team of about six designers, and four of them are located in Argentina.
okay.
So yeah, we were all remote.
Hmm.
Awesome people. They were so friendly, great designers, phenomenal designers. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened, but I know one thing is they were starting to lean more towards like templates. So
Hmm.
just trying to,
They were trying to cut costs,
yeah,
essentially.
it sounds like
Maybe they weren't doing too well.
who
Let's just
knows,
expose them.
above my pay grade. But either way, it impacted me and I lost my
Okay.
job. So
How long did you work there?
I was there for close to 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had no intentions of leaving.
I'm sorry, that's rough.
Yeah, it's okay. It is what it is. There was
Hmm.
a silver lining to it. Like I have my ups and downs, like you were describing too. I have
Yeah.
my lows. I feel like I have a strong system around me to give
Hmm.
me support, which is really nice. Uh, it hasn't made me doubt my skills at all, though. I'm very confident in my abilities. I do recognize it's just a weird market. I just don't understand why. I'm sure there are
Yeah.
multiple reasons. So that's part of the reason why I started this is just to sort of gather knowledge from people who have been impacted by it or could know about the process to give
Hmm.
some insight to me, but also to others, because I know we're not alone. We're not the only ones.
We're not. Remember all the 299 other job applicants on the job you
Yeah. Oh,
applied?
yeah.
They're in the same boat as us.
Yeah.
Sorry, within the first hour that happens. I should have mentioned that.
That's
So,
okay.
but like, isn't it crazy? Like in the first hour of any job, like there's 300 job applicants.
Yeah, it is. I don't know how much LinkedIn's fudging the numbers, but I also wonder,
I don't
I don't
believe
know,
they are. I really believe there's that many people hungry for that job,
scary.
especially because like a lot of people think they can do design.
Yeah.
Remember, they
Yeah.
think like
Oh,
they
yeah.
can do graphic design just by being tech savvy, by not going to school for it.
Yeah.
Oh, like we did,
and the
you know.
specialist, you know?
Yeah. It's really crazy how many self-taught designers there are, and they're competing for the same roles as you. So,
Yeah.
I mean, don't be threatened by that number, I would say, you
I try
know?
not to pay attention to it anymore. Years ago, like fresh out of school and everything, I'd look at it and I feel like 100 would always be the higher end. I'd be like, oh my gosh, how is there 100?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, it's just 100 has applied now. Versus
Yeah,
like
100 is
600
actually good.
yeah, I'm like, so you're saying there's a chance. I just wanted to note real quick because I don't have the
Yeah.
premium version of Zoom, but I'm gonna have
Yes.
to soon. We've got 5 minutes left, which is
Okay.
unfortunate because I'm really enjoying this talk, and we could still catch
I
up
know.
anyway.
We could, yeah.
But
Uh,
is there any like advice? I mean, you already gave great advice
mhm.
as well, but anything else you'd like to add as far as people who uh, are maybe feeling lost during this time, or strategies to help them uh,
Hmm.
secure jobs. You've already done a great job with that, but yeah,
Thank you. But
share
like,
whatever.
I would just say that to not give up, keep staying in the queue. And another thing I would say is like make yourself stand out, you know, in any way. And I don't, you said something earlier about how you need to like tweak your resume each time you apply to a job. I wasn't doing a lot of that.
Okay,
Like, I had a few resumes, but it's because I have different skills. Like, I can be a UX designer. I also did a Google UX design course while I was unemployed. So that was a good way to keep me doing something
sure.
and giving myself a reason to do it. So I would recommend people to like find work when they don't have work, find something to do. Like you're doing this. This is great. This is like a passion project, and you should talk about this in your interviews when you're gonna have them. Like, this is something to be proud of, Chris. Like,
I
you
appreciate
should
that,
be.
Sarthak. Thank you. Yeah, it's people have I've been receiving a lot of positive feedback about it so far, and I'm really happy about it. And
That's good.
it's for everybody, like I,
Hmm.
I hope that people can take things away.
You
Uh,
should put it on Spotify too.
it is.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is
shout out,
cool.
it's on Spotify too. Just like that. Thank you. Thanks for helping me
So
plug that,
timely, right? Like,
Sarthak. Yeah.
to oh, my Spotify inspired name
Oh,
just
look at that.
accidentally.
Wait, is that where you are now? Can I ask
What?
where you are? Where are you now? Like,
What
what's
do you
your new
mean?
job?
Oh no, I'm not at Spotify.
Oh, okay.
That's
I was
that
like,
that would be crazy. You know,
yeah.
Spotify is another level, you
Yeah.
know.
But you could
But
get there.
no, I'm at a great place. I am at Christie's, which is an art auction house.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of
Yeah,
Chris.
they're pretty famous.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I know. It's like such a shift for me because I've not worked anywhere this big,
Yeah.
and they're literally in so many countries. So
Yeah.
I'm thrilled to be there, and
That's so
I'm
cool.
trying not to be too overwhelmed because yeah, I was information bombed a lot
Yeah.
today because it was my first day. I was literally thrown at 300 names. Like, I can't remember them the second
Yeah.
day, you know?
Uh, they actually contacted me and asked me to have you recite all the names on camera. So
Nice.
no, I'm
Sure.
stoked for you. That's so cool. That's a really
Thank you
cool
so
opportunity,
much.
Sartak. Yeah.
No, it's been long due, and it's gonna come for you to like do not give up. And we just have 1 minute left. We have to really
No.
make this count
Yeah, we do.
now.
Every second has counted so far. I really appreciate you saying that. And I feel like right now, especially with this, it's really put me in a positive place. The
Hmm.
silver lining I experienced, at least from stepping away from corporate for a little bit, not my by my choice, of course, but is
Yeah.
really focusing on my creativity and passion projects. this,
Yes.
but um, getting back into my illustration and just coming up with
Yeah.
fictional
We
work.
are not who we are just because of our jobs. We
Right.
are who we
Yes.
are.
100%.
We should end there.
Thank you. Yeah,
We should
we will
end
end it there.
there.
Anyway, dude, thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you
It's so
so
good to talk
much.
to you.
And like, let's do this more
We
often.
should definitely.
Yeah, not recorded. It doesn't
Yeah,
have to be.
it doesn't have to
You can
be.
just reach out, you know.
Yeah. No, it'd be great.
Oh, all right. Good luck.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to
Wait,
you.
is it done?